One of the biggest success stories of 2017 would have to be the Crash Bandicoot Sane Trilogy. The re-release and remaster of the first 3 PS1 Crash classics was a huge hit, and today we're taking a look at how the game's success could potentially pave the way for future titles. So if you've been living under a rock and don't know, the Sane Trilogy took the first 3 Naughty Dog Crash Bandicoot games and put them all together on one disc for the PS4. But these games weren't just re-released, they were essentially remade from the ground up by Vicarious Visions, giving those levels we love a 2017 upgrade. This was a huge step in the right direction for Activision, who've had the publishing rights to Crash for almost 10 years, but have never quite been able to make a game that could equal these classics. The Sane Trilogy has become a major success, with the game taking rank as the 3rd best-selling PS4 game of all time, having sold 2.5 million copies to date. And with a rumoured Xbox One release on the way, this could just be the start. All this means one thing, that the Sane Trilogy probably made a hell of a lot of money. And where there's money, you know for sure Activision will be there trying to milk every last cent. In this case, that might be a good thing, as there's a bunch of exciting titles we could see as a result of the success of the Sane Trilogy. If you're a Crash fan like me, then you know there's one important Naughty Dog game that didn't make it into the trilogy. Crash Team Racing, originally released in 1999 for the PS1, has almost gone on to become as much of a classic as the original trilogy. And while it was pretty clear that this was just Sony ripping off Mario Kart, it was still a seriously fun game. Now, not only is this the obvious candidate for Vicarious Visions to move on to next, it's also the smart option. Fans are desperate to see Crash Team Racing remastered, but it also has the potential to introduce a feature that wasn't in the original game, and that the Sane Trilogy had no use for. And that's online multiplayer. Just imagine Crash Team Racing being given the remastering treatment, and with the added capability of being able to race against your friends online. And there's no doubt Activision would see this as a huge selling point. Another possibility is Vicarious Visions making a brand new Crash Bandicoot game. The fans have made it pretty clear that they want more Crash, and having completely remade the original trilogy, there's no one better equipped than the team at Vicarious Visions to be able to make a new game that manages to maintain the feel of the originals. The problem with this idea is that the nostalgia feel that players had with the Sane Trilogy and that they would have with the Crash Team Racing remake wouldn't be there, and that was a huge reason behind the success of the trilogy. On the other hand, it would be interesting to play a new Crash game where we didn't know all the levels inside out, and one where we had to learn the new tricks of each level. The other serious candidate is of course Spyro. If you grew up with the original Crash games, then you know that Spyro and Crash are pretty synonymous with one another. Conveniently enough, Activision also owns the publishing rights to Spyro, and the Sane Trilogy supposedly contains a number of hints and Easter eggs to Crash's iconic purple power. So what comes next for Vicarious, Activision and Crash? Well, they could decide to move on completely, but a follow-up to the Sane Trilogy is near on a sure thing. And whether it's Crash Team Racing, Spyro, or something else entirely, you can be sure that fans will be desperate to get their hands on it. Well, thanks for watching, guys. Remember, like, comment, subscribe, share the video around with your friends, follow us on Twitter at AUKS Social. But other than that, we'll see you next time.